Your Wrangler is dialed in. Big tires, fresh lift kit, brand new bumper. But a $15 part hiding under your rear axle could save you from a $2,000 rebuild bill. That's number 4 on today's list. And number 7 literally replaces a dealer trip. These are 7 dirt-cheap Wrangler upgrades owners keep skipping until it's too late. Number 1 on our list is the Freedom Panel Storage Bag. If you own a JK or JL Wrangler with a factory hardtop, you already know the routine. Sun comes out, you pop off those 2 roof panels and toss them somewhere for the day. Maybe the back seat, the garage floor, or leaning against a wall. That's exactly when things go sideways. A shopping bag slides into one panel, a bike helmet bounces off the other, or a rock kicks up on the trail. Now you're staring at a scratch on a panel that costs $748 to replace, straight from Mopar. That's for one panel. The pair runs closer to $1,500 brand new. Meanwhile, a proper Freedom Panel bag runs somewhere between $25 and $50. It's a soft-lined pouch with a divider between the 2 panels, and a strap that loops around your rear headrests so it sits behind the back seats instead of rolling around your cargo. Mopar, Rugged Ridge, and Mastertop all sell one. Amazon brands sell them for even less, and they all do the same job. And it gets wilder. If you own a 2024 Rubicon X or newer, replacement panels cost even more, and Mopar isn't restocking fast. For older JKs, the matte black panels are basically discontinued, so a scratched pair means eating aftermarket paint or hunting used ones for weeks. Used ones on Facebook Marketplace go for $300 to $400 each if you can find them. So a $30 bag pays for itself the first time your dog jumps in the back seat. Your resale value also stays high, because every serious buyer runs a hand across that top before writing a check. That protects your Jeep. Now the next upgrade protects your passengers, and this is the one they'll actually thank you for. The second upgrade is the Paracord grab handle. Sit in the passenger seat of a stock Wrangler and try to climb in gracefully. You can't do it smoothly. There's one flimsy plastic handle stuck on the A-pillar, and if you're short, or the Jeep is lifted, or you're wearing anything besides gym shorts, getting in is a full-on wrestling match every single time. Paracord grab handles fix all of that. They're woven from 550-pound test paracord, the same stuff the military uses for parachute cords, and they wrap or bolt straight onto your roll bar. 2 for the front, 2 more for the rear if you want your backseat passengers to stop white-knuckling every bump. A solid set runs $15 to $40. Bartak builds the premium version in the USA. Amazon brands like Tsukimichi and Kohuipu do the same job for half the price. Install takes about 5 minutes per handle, no drilling, and the paracord comes in every color: red, black, tan, camo, matching your interior stitching or your build's color scheme. Small detail, but it makes your rig feel finished. Quick heads up if you drive a 2024 or newer Wrangler. Those trucks have side airbags built into the roll bar, and rigid wraparound handles can mess with airbag deployment during a crash. So you either need airbag-safe paracord options or the Mopar bolt-on handles. Everyone else, wraparound is fine. There's also a little secret nobody talks about, called the headrest handle. Rear passengers in a lifted Wrangler have nothing to grab back there, so they flop around every turn. A pair of headrest paracord loops costs another $20, and your backseat riders finally stop white-knuckling the door. But the next upgrade might be my personal favorite of the whole list. Number 3 is a shorter antenna. Every stock Wrangler comes with a 31-inch whip antenna sticking off the driver's side of the hood. It looks fine, right up until you drive through an automatic car wash and the brushes snap it off. You pull into a low garage and it whacks the door frame. A tree branch on the trail bends it into a shape it was never meant to hold. A replacement OEM antenna from the dealer runs $40 to $60, and once you snap one, you'll snap them all, because you never actually fix the real problem. You just keep buying new antennas. The fix is a stubby antenna. Rugged Ridge sells one that's roughly 6 to 8 inches long. Bosch makes a small threaded one. Amazon brands sell them for as little as $10 to $15. It screws onto the same base as your factory unit, and install takes about 30 seconds. You unscrew the old one, thread on the new one, and you're done. FM reception stays basically unchanged for the top 100 stations in your area. If you're chasing a distant station out in the middle of nowhere, sure, you might lose a bit of signal. And your AM reception takes a real hit. So if you listen to talk radio or ball games on AM, keep the factory one and skip this mod. But for 99% of daily driving, you won't notice. What you will notice is that your car wash trips stop ending in disaster, your garage clearance suddenly works, and low-hanging branches don't ruin your day. It's a stupid cheap fix that most Wrangler channels skip because it doesn't look sexy, and it pays for itself the very first time you skip a dealer visit. That brings us to the big one, the $2,000 saver I keep hinting at. Quick pause before we hit number 5. I put together a Jeep longevity manual that goes deeper on every one of these mods. You can grab it from the link in the description below. Number 4 is the Differential Breather Extension Kit. If you've ever driven your Wrangler through a water crossing, or a puddle a little deeper than expected, you've been closer to a wrecked axle than you realized. Even a car wash with strong undercarriage sprayers, or a rainy day with deep puddles on the highway, can pull moisture past those seals. Every Wrangler has tiny rubber breather hoses on the front axle, rear axle, transfer case, and transmission. They let air escape when the drivetrain gets hot and let air back in when it cools. Boring but necessary stuff. The problem is where those hoses actually end. Straight from the factory, they terminate right around wheel well height. The front axle breather ends near the front driver's side shock. Your rear breather sits inches above the axle tube itself. So when you roll through water, the drivetrain metal cools almost instantly, creates a vacuum inside the axle, and pulls water straight through the breather hose. Or straight through the axle seals. Either way, water mixes with your gear oil. The damage adds up fast. You get ruined ring and pinion gears, destroyed carrier bearings, and killed selectable lockers if you paid extra for them. A full rear differential rebuild on a Wrangler runs $1,500 to $2,500 at a shop. Do the front too, and you're looking at $4,000 in repairs. Just from crossing a creek you thought was safe. The fix costs between $15 and $50, and it's called a breather extension kit. Some are as simple as a length of 1/4-inch fuel line and a few zip ties running up into your engine bay. The ARB Diff breather kit is the fancy version, a billet aluminum manifold that pipes all 4 breathers into one high-mount filter above your engine for maximum protection on serious trail rigs. Every serious off-road build has this. Almost no factory Wrangler does. It's the cheapest insurance policy you'll ever buy for your Jeep. Coming in at number 5 is the Daystar hood latch upgrade. If you drive a JK Wrangler on the highway, you've already lived through hood flutter. You're cruising at 65 miles per hour, an 18-wheeler blasts past the other way, and your hood suddenly starts jumping up and down like it's trying to fly off. First time it happens, it's genuinely terrifying. You brace, look at your passenger, and both of you go, "What the hell was that?" That's your factory hood latches doing exactly what Jeep designed them to do, which honestly isn't much. From the factory, JK Wranglers use soft rubber latch straps that stretch under wind pressure. Over time, they stretch even more. And on a windy day, or when a semi passes, the hood physically lifts and flutters because the rubber can't hold it down. This has been a known JK issue since 2007, and Jeep never issued a factory recall for it. The Daystar hood Wranglers fix all of that for about $20 a pair. They use heavy-duty polyurethane instead of the soft factory rubber. You unbolt the old rubber, bolt on the new poly ones, and hood flutter is gone. Install time is under 30 minutes. Basic hand tools, no drilling. Made in America, too. Rugged Ridge makes a similar set with a metal locking option for closer to $40 or $50. And that version also stops thieves from popping your hood to swipe your battery. For the JL, factory latches are already metal, so this whole thing is a JK and TJ special. There's a free backyard trick if you want to test the theory first. Longtime JK owners wrap a UV-stable zip tie tightly around the factory rubber latch to stop it from stretching. It costs nothing and buys you time before you order the poly ones. Once those latches are on, you stop white-knuckling every semi that passes on the highway. Which brings us to an upgrade that turns your tailgate into a legit base camp. Number 6 is the tailgate table. The rear tailgate on a Wrangler is the most underused piece of real estate on the whole vehicle. At the trailhead, you're changing out of muddy boots on the ground. On a camping trip, you're prepping food on the hood of somebody else's truck. At the beach, you're using your spare tire as a plate holder, which is ridiculous. A tailgate table changes everything. It's a flat, aluminum or steel platform that mounts to the inside of your tailgate and folds down when the tailgate opens, giving you a stable, level workspace right around waist high. You can prep food, change your boots, set up a coffee station, or hold your cornhole beers on it. It turns your tailgate into a real base camp. Prices start around $70 for basic Amazon versions and climb to $275 for premium options. Quadratech sells one for about $150. Rough Country makes one for the JK. Easy 4x4 does the Easy trunk model for $117. Mopar and Rockslide Engineering offer premium versions near $275. And GPCA makes a fabric version with MOLLE strips for gear storage. Installation is easy on most models. They use the factory tailgate bolts, so it's a no-drill setup that goes on in under 30 minutes. And most tables hold 60 to 100 pounds, so you can throw a cooler on there, a camp stove, or a car seat while you buckle in the little one. Why does nobody talk about this upgrade? Because tailgate tables don't photograph well on Instagram. They don't add horsepower, and they don't lift the Jeep. But go on one camping trip without one, and then one with one, and you'll never take it off again. Now for the very last upgrade. The one veteran Wrangler owners keep in their glove box forever, and the one that literally replaces a whole dealer trip. Number 7 is called JSCAN. Say you want to change your tire size on your JL after going bigger. Maybe you want to enable heated seats you didn't pay extra for, disable that annoying auto start-stop, turn off the seatbelt chime, or get accurate speedometer readings after jumping from 33s to 35s. Two options exist. You either drive to the dealer and pay $150 per programming session, or you buy a Taser JL Mini, which is a great tool but runs $329 all in. JSCAN does most of the exact same job for $70 to $100 total. It's an Android and iPhone app that talks to a Bluetooth OBD2 adapter you plug in under your dash. You need 3 things. First, the JSCAN app with a VIN license, roughly $25 to $30. Second, a supported OBD2 Bluetooth adapter, usually the V-Gate V-Linker MC Plus, for about $50. Third, on 2018 and newer Jeeps, a 12+8 security gateway bypass cable for around $15 to $20. Plug the cable in under the dash, connect the adapter, and open the app on your phone. That's the whole setup. From there, you can change tire size, adjust gear ratios after a re-gear, tweak TPMS thresholds, enable factory features locked out on your trim, clear fault codes, and read live sensor data. Wrangler owners have used JSCAN to enable heated seats and heated steering wheels their trim didn't come with, saving thousands on dealer-installed options. Others have blanked the license plate on the backup camera for YouTube uploads, remapped fog light behavior, changed shift patterns for trail crawling, disabled the traction control chime, and programmed new key fobs at home. It works on JLs, Gladiators, and JTs too. The one thing JSCAN can't do that a Taser can is live functions like remote start-stop disable. But for 95% of what you'd want, JSCAN is the same tool at a quarter of the price. This is the one longtime owners keep in their glove box for life, and it's the biggest cheap upgrade most Jeep owners have never heard of. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these mods would you install first? Or which one do you think is overrated? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, and if you want to keep learning, click the video on your screen now. It'll show you even more ways to make your Jeep last longer and avoid the expensive mistakes most owners make. I'll see you there.